being a person who is, breaking through, trying to invest, trying to establish businesses, and, having this YouTube channel. Some people think that actually I have a lot of money. Money is flowing. Sorry for you, I don't have all that money. I don't. I think that you have to pick that one good friend, and that is of high quality. It's of less importance for you to have 10 friends that are useless than having one friend that is who is useful. Right now, there are things that can happen and they don't break me as they used to break me. Other people's lives, it's not my life. Things are going to happen when they are destined to happen for me. Oh, hello guys, how are you all doing? I hope that you are fine, amazing, and well. I feel like I haven't done actually a proper sit down video in so long, but here it is. How are you doing? In today's vlog, I'm going to be talking about adulting. Okukula. When you look at the analytics of my channel, I have a lot of people watching me between the ages of 17 to something like 45. Even some of these days I've been getting, ages of 65 and above. And I think that according to the audience I have, it is the right audience to talk with you guys about adulting. How do you find adulting? Let me know in the comment section below. Or how did you find adulting when you were adulting, For me, it has been a journey of ups and highs, Being 23 right now, I'm almost 24 years of age. That is to say around January, February next year. And there are a lot of different things that I find that I haven't grasped very well. They are still disturbing me to literally understand them. I don't know if I'm pressurizing myself. I don't know if the whole world experienced this, especially when it comes to humans. Let me know in the comment section below. Please, 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 let us have a conversation. How do you find adulting? Again, in today's vlog, I'm going to be talking about around 7 different things. I think that they have been very, very key for me in particular in order to understand or try to understand this thing called adulting. But before that, if this is the first time you're watching me over here, hi, I'm tanyanishailoc. Make it a point that you subscribe, you like, you comment, and you share out with friends and family. On the channel, I create a lot of amazing content, and I know that you don't want to miss it. Yes. This brings me to the first point. This is slowing down. As I told you, I'm 23 years of age, and the first time I ever moved out of my parents' house, I was around 20 years of age, and it has been over 2 different years. Sometimes I used to pressurize myself, especially around 22, when I was moving to 23. Even right now, it hasn't sat very well in me that I should, sometimes reduce on the speed, seeing the minji, and living in the world of social media and living in the world of achievements, looking at people achieving this and that and that, and some of these things were on your to-do list in that particular period of time. Sometimes I used to pressurize myself a lot and a lot. I haven't achieved this, I haven't achieved that. But I've learned over time that I should cut down the speed, slow down. It hasn't very well sat into me, but I'm trying my best to slow down. Where I cannot control something, I'm leaving it at it, because I've realized that the more I'm actually grasping onto it, I want to do this within this particular period of time, the more I'm hurt emotionally, the more I'm hurt physically, and all that. And I think that has been one of the most overall points that it has been a game changer ever since I came to understand that other people's lives, it's not my life. Things are going to happen when they are destined to happen for me. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think sometimes that you are pressurized to achieve certain things or accomplish certain goals because probably the community, your family, your parents, your friends are actually achieving things that you thought you would have achieved at a particular period of time? And how do you, deal with that? I want to know in the comment section below. The second thing I want to talk about, this is budgeting. So when it comes to budgeting, if you're very long honey of mine, even on the channel, you know that I create content around finance and money and all that, because those are some of the things that actually make me happy. But I realized that whenever I budget, I put down different things I want to, be spending on money intentionally, the more I reduce on future stress, if that makes sense. And I've been through some of the worst financial crises for me. There are some times which actually reached, especially in this journey of adulting, that I didn't have spare money on me because I got that money, spent it on one single item, which actually was not important in that particular period of time. But the more I've, being enrolled into budgeting and putting aside money to save and putting aside money for utilities and putting aside money for this and that and that, the more I've realized that, future stress, it's cut off. I'm not saying that I don't struggle with this again. I struggle with it sometimes, not all the times, at least per now, but sometimes. But I think that I'm making progress. And when you compare it to the previous point, I think this is one of the key things that I've taken to my hand to see that I budget, even though I'm living alone, even though I'm getting this particular amount of money from whatever field, I have to be very, very keen on how I spend that money. I have to be very keen when it comes to savings. I have to be very keen on which things do I spend money on. Because at the end of the day, I've also realized that whenever I spend money carelessly, it comes back to me. How does it come back to me? In the nearby future, I'm going to be needing money for something important, and I have already spent it. Let me know again in the comment section below. I don't know it all. How do you budget? In simple terms, 3 to 2 words. How do you budget as a person? And how did you budget when you were adulting, living alone, and trying to make ends meet? The third point, guys. So this one correlates very well with the previous point of budgeting. This is savings. Banage savings, guys. As I already told you, I've been through some financial crises and I never had saved money. Yes. Right now, where I am, I have realized that savings is your best friend every time, every day, all year round. And I'm doing my best. There are a lot of different content creators, especially on here on the platform, that I'm trying to borrow tricks and tactics when it comes to saving. For example, partitioning, which percentage should I put aside all the time when I do get my monthly income, or when I do get money paid to me. Sometimes it's hard, I'm going to say the truth, to get all that money, save it in terms of percentages because of some utilities that are around. But I've realized that those savings can actually drench you out of very, very long hallways of problems. The fourth point I want to share with you guys, this is emotional growth. Emotional growth. Generally, when you talk about emotions, what literally clicks in my mind, it is the feeling of a particular situation or incident or anything that it creates within me. I've struggled with emotional breakdowns for a very long time. That's the truth. Though I'm a very, I'm a happy person. I'm a very, very jolly person. But that doesn't, rub off the fact that sometimes I do get emotional breakdowns, especially from the negative side of how things might go, different experiences. Because at the end of the day, I'm a human. There are things that happen and they trigger me very, very much, that I get these hard emotional breakdown days. And over time, I've been, using meditation. I've also been using gratitude to help me grow emotionally. Right now, there are things that can happen and they don't break me as they used to break me. Maybe the first thing, because I realized that I'm maturing. I have a lot of people who are looking up to me. That has been a very, very huge milestone for me. As I've told you, gratitude and meditation, and sometimes even sitting alone by myself, and listen to what my mind is telling me and spend some quality time with myself. It has helped me a lot to reflect on how things might go when I behave a particular way, or how things are going when I behave in a particular way. And I'm not saying this to, to show that I know everything or have been able to combat that down. No. As a person who's living alone and is in Uganda and is an African, and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're trying to, matching with your family and friends, sometimes it gets really very, very hard because this person is saying this, the other person is saying that, and you are also facing this and you're also facing that. Sometimes it is hard. Let me know in the comment section below, how did you deal with emotional growth, you as a person, when you were adulting? Or what are you doing about emotional growth, you as a person, as you are adulting? Because for me, I find that is a pretty tricky journey. Quality over quantity when it comes to friends. And this one I'm going to be as very, very brief as I can be. I've learned over time, especially when it comes to adulting, that you have to pick that one good friend and that is of high quality. It's of less importance for you to have 10 friends that are useless than having one friend who is useful. If you cannot get out your phone when you're in a trouble or problem and you call that person, and that person doesn't show up for you or doesn't give a proper explanation why they're not showing up for you, just delete that number from your phone. Don't hang around with that person ever again. Because I've realized that the more myself giving out and I'm not receiving, I don't have my cup to be filled every time by the love and support I get from these people I'm giving, at the end of the day, I'm the person who's depreciating, and I've also learned this through adulting. And if you look at the overall of my friends, I don't have a lot of friends, by the way, actually. Like friends I interact with day to day. Sina mikwano mingi, and people who know me can actually do witness this. But I have that 1-2 quality friends that I know when I call them papa, they will be of very, very importance to me regardless of whatsoever I'm telling them. Being a person who is, breaking through, trying to invest, trying to establish businesses, and having this YouTube channel. Some people think that actually I have a lot of money. Money is flowing. Sorry for you, I don't have all that money. I don't, and that is one of the reasons why people who I used to call my friends, it was a point that I realized that they were not my friends, because whenever they would ask me money, because they know that I'm working, I'm hustling, and I tell them, you know what, I'm not giving you money, sometimes even without an explanation, because why should I give even an explanation when I told you that I don't have? They used to take it badly, and they used to think that maybe I'm not giving them because I don't like them or whatever the case may be. But for me, that was the turning point to know who really is my friend and who really is not my friend. Because when I have, I give you, but when I tell you that I don't have, it means that I don't have. Last point that I want to address in today's vlog, this is trusting yourself and not having to call everyone in order to do a particular decision. Swear upon the living God, this was hard for me. Growing up in a family of women and being, the boy who is a little bit mature, where I grew up seeing my mom and some of my sisters dependent on other people in our lives. And that, for me, what it felt like, or what it actually translated, it was like most of the time you have to ask people this one and that one and that one. But I've realized through adulting that you don't know the answer. Gemazima, you don't know the answer. When you find yourself calling this one and that one and that one and inquiring this about, inquiring that, should I buy this, should I do this, at the end of the day, you're going to do a very wrong decision. I've learned to just stand still and wait, and eventually the answer just comes. This was some of the few different things that I'm very keen on when it comes to my life. You're not going to find me calling A, B, and C and detailing them. Should I buy this pair of shoes? Should I leave this house and get a new house? No. When the time is right for me, it will evolve in me. That adulthood spirit in me, it evolves in me and it tells me, take this particular decision. Thank you very much, guys, for watching today's vlog, and let me know in the comment section below, especially about anything I've talked about. And in summary, how are you managing adulting? Tanyanishailoc switching out. Bye for now.